What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, The Sports Experience. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good today, and I think that this upcoming 2020 season will be one of the greatest because you have a quarterback. You have a quarterback battle between Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Uh,
Oh,
what, what are you most excited to see upcoming?
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar is going to be great. I just want to see if the Chiefs can, bounce back from the Super Bowl winning season. Like, can we stay the same? Can we stay on top? But it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting season. So how this is going to work is we're just going to say our week one matchups, and then when we get to the playoffs, we'll reveal our standings and each team's record.
All right, nice.
So what game or two do you have being really exciting this week in week one?
Really exciting. I'd have to say the 49ers and Cardinals. That's going to be really close, closer than some people think. Just Kyler might be able to lead his team against that 49ers defense. And if the running game can stay for the 49ers, it's going to be a fun game. Then I also have the Broncos and Titans being really good too.
Yeah, with Von Miller coming off, Von Miller not doing this season. Sorry, can't speak.
But
I think the
yeah.
Broncos defense will definitely go down a whole entire level, and I don't think they'll be able to stop Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah, and also because Bradley Chubb might not even be starting for that game, so
Yeah.
an even bigger hit.
My two games that I have are Seattle at Atlanta. I feel like
Mhm.
Russell Wilson, definitely always a top tier quarterback.
Yeah.
If he plays the way he usually plays, they'll win easily. And if Todd Gurley on the Falcons goes back to what he used to be when his rookie and second season,
hmm
then that could be a very interesting game. And then my second game, I have the battle of two old 40-year-old quarterbacks. I have Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that's going to be a game I'll be watching this weekend. The next time they play each other,
Oh
it's
yeah.
going to be.
It will be super interesting because I feel like can Tom Brady, keep it going with the entirely new system that he's facing for 20 years, but now it's a completely new system. It'll be fun to watch.
I really don't think that Tom Brady is an elite quarterback anymore. I feel like he's just decent now.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, because especially we saw last year how that's how Tom Brady plays. If he doesn't have enough weapons to throw to, if he doesn't have a solid running game, that's how Tom Brady will play. Obviously, he'll go down as the greatest quarterback because of his achievements. But yeah, he's regressed now to probably not elite of the elite now.
Yeah, I feel like even with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I don't think Rob Gronkowski will be that good this season. I mean, he missed an entire year of football.
Oh yeah, entire year that's got to do something to a player, right? You can't just bounce back from an entire year off and then come back and be the same.
Yeah, so I feel like New Orleans will take that game.
hmm
So, what are your two games you have for week two?
For week number 2, I've got the Patriots versus the Seahawks. I think that'll be a good game only because I feel like can Cam Newton, keep it up against like two mobile quarterbacks, Russell Wilson versus Cam. That'll be fun to watch because two mobile quarterbacks. And then I also have the Ravens versus the Texans. I don't know. That might just be. It could be a bad game, but I feel like it also has potential to be a really good game as well.
Yeah, my two games, I also have Baltimore and Houston. I'm really excited about Deshaun Watson. He definitely deserved that contract he just got.
hmm
And he's going to go up against reigning MVP Lamar Jackson. Two mobile quarterbacks going at it. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins isn't there, which would make this game entirely different. I still have
Yeah.
Baltimore winning it because Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. He's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. And then my second game, I have the Falcons at Dallas. I feel like Dallas has a really good team this year with the addition of CeeDee Lamb. The
Yeah. Good.
defense is still really solid with Leighton Vander Esch leading the linebacker core.
hmm Yeah.
I'm also
It'll be,
really
now you go.
I'm also really excited to see how the Falcons turn out this season. They have a really stacked team. Defense isn't really there. They don't have Vic Beasley anymore, who I feel like was underrated but overpaid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But
But that Falcons, it's an iffy team because it's all like can Matt Ryan keep it going, and then can Todd Gurley bounce back? And if he can't, then the Falcons are doomed. But if he can, then they could be a serious contender.
Yeah, they're either going to be crazy good or regular Falcons we've seen in the past 2 years.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Dallas, they have a crazy good team this year. I'm just really, we hear this every year. Dallas has a good team.
Mhm.
I feel like Dak Prescott is very overrated, and he won't deserve the huge contract that he's bound to get.
I don't know. Jerry Jones declined to give him that huge contract.
Yeah,
So,
if he goes into free agency, I wouldn't be surprised if a team like the Patriots or maybe even the 49ers picked him up.
well, I could also see like if he goes into free agency and he leaves Dallas, I could see the Bears picking him up in place of like if Mitchell Trubisky doesn't pan out, you get Dak Prescott in. I don't know. Could be a possibility.
That would definitely be an upgrade.
hmm
So for week 3, sorry, who do you have?
So for week number 3, hold on, let me get there. For week number 3, I got Chiefs versus Ravens. Obviously, that's going to be an exciting game. Mahomes versus Lamar. I can't wait to watch that. And then I also have the Saints versus the Packers. I think that'll be a good game. Two evenly matched teams.
Yeah, I also have Kansas City and Baltimore. I know you're gonna be really mad at me for this, but I really think that Baltimore could pull away with it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can't fault that prediction because Lamar's Lamar. I mean, they lost Marshall Yonda, so that's going to be a blow to that offense. But it's going to be a close game.
Very close game, very exciting game. And my second game that I have is another Dallas game, Cowboys versus the Seahawks. Russell Wilson still playing out of his mind. Crazy, he's definitely an elite quarterback. And then Dak Prescott, he's a mobile quarterback. And he has Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb to throw to. So I feel like that game could go either way, but I'm predicting that Seattle takes it.
Yeah, I think the main question with Seattle is like their offensive line. Can their offensive line like protect Russell Wilson? Because last year they didn't.
Yeah, they
So
really did not. Let's hop into week 4. Who do you have?
sorry, accidentally muted myself. Uh, so for week 4, I have the Vikings versus the Texans. For me, I don't think this is like the best of weeks in terms of matchups. A lot of these are lopsided. I think the best thing is the Vikings versus Texans. Close game, I think, because they're evenly matched teams. Or the Chiefs versus the Patriots.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see if the Cam Newton experiment works out.
Yeah, especially because they barely paid him anything.
Yeah. And Bill Belichick has never really coached a mobile quarterback like that.
Yeah.
And the system really does not help Cam Newton's legs whatsoever.
I mean, he's Bill Belichick, so if anyone can adjust to a new system, I think that's Bill Belichick.
You're absolutely right. My 2 games that I have is Pittsburgh and Tennessee, and my other game is San Francisco and Philadelphia.
Yeah, those are interesting picks.
Yeah, the Steelers and the Titans, both are crazy good teams. Both got upgrades during the offseason with A.J. Brown. Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry getting those big contracts. So if Tannehill can play like he did towards the end of the season, then I think the Steelers won't have a chance. But if Big Ben can come back off after that injury to his elbow, that will be a very interesting matchup.
Can I just say, I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity to say it on my podcast, but I think Ryan Tannehill was massively overpaid in the offseason. I don't think he's 118 million? I don't think he's worth that much money.
Thank you. I've never had a chance to say it either. I'm glad somebody agrees with me.
Yeah. I feel like me and the Titans weren't watching the same games. Maybe they see something different, like training camp or something. But looking at it, that was a Derrick Henry led offense, not a Ryan Tannehill led offense.
Yeah.
And so Ryan Tannehill shouldn't be paid as much as the leader of the team when it's Derrick Henry leading the charge.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about my next game here, Philadelphia and San Francisco. San Francisco coming off the Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs. That was a very disappointing game.
Yeah.
If they just
I got some 49ers fans, and they were not happy after this game. If
they just ran the ball out they would have won.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because there's no. I mean, our defensive line was playing out of their minds, but I just think that if they had ran the ball, I think they would have been fine. But they declined. They passed the ball, and that's when our pass rush really absolutely annihilated Jimmy G.
Yeah. Now Philadelphia, I feel like they've have 2 losses coming to them because of Dallas, and
Yeah.
the NFC East is now not you can win eight games and still make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Although that NFC East, I mean, the Washington football team, they're not going to do anything, and the Giants won't do anything with Danny Dimes. So,
yeah,
again, this year it comes down to Eagles Cowboys.
yeah, I'm more excited to watch the Washington football game than the Steelers game because I just want to hear the announcers go touchdown Washington football team.
Touchdown the football team!
Which one?
Yeah, it'll be hilarious.
Yeah. For week 5, who do you have?
So for week number 5, they're like the okay games. I have the Vikings and Seahawks. A lot of Seahawks. I'm noticing. We're mentioning Seahawks a lot. I think that'll be fun. It'll be a close game because evenly matched teams. It'll be interesting what Kirk Cousins can do. And then that was pretty much the only game I had. And then Steelers and Eagles. They're 2 evenly matched teams also.
Yeah, it's a Battle of Pennsylvania right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Carson Wentz is elite yet, and he's injury prone.
Yeah, it's hard to Carson Wentz because of all of his injuries. He's like, not enough information to go off of to truly declare him elite. I mean, he's a good quarterback from what we've seen before he got injured.
Yeah, definitely. The 2 games that I have, as you mentioned, this isn't really a great week for football. But
Yeah.
I have Buffalo and Tennessee. I feel like one mobile quarterback in Josh Allen and then a pocket passer in Ryan Tannehill. 2 different types of offenses, the aerial attack of Buffalo and the ground and pound of Derrick Henry and the Titans. So,
Yeah. 2 different styles of offense.
yeah, game could go either way.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see if the Bills can, stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And then my second game, this was pretty hard because the games aren't too entertaining this week. I went with Tampa Bay and Chicago because I feel like the very elite defense, one of the best in the league of Chicago, pass rushing Brady, he can't escape that. I'll just have to do like quick dump off passes to Chris Godwin, maybe even Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette could get in the passing game.
Yeah. It's also like, I don't know if you didn't mention Mike Evans. I don't know if because Mike Evans, he just got diagnosed with like that injury, like soft tissue.
Yeah.
And he might not even be able to play this week, which is it's an interesting story to watch, especially considering I've got him in almost all my fantasy leagues. So that really hurts.
Yeah, he's my fantasy receiver too.
It was really disappointing to see that the news come through on like the ESPN article, and just my top wide receiver might not even play at all. It really stinks.
Yeah, that it's just horrible. You just try to trade him around the league.
And it's even worse because I had just got, before that news came out, I had just gotten a trade offer for him. I declined it.
Oh.
And now I want it back.
Yeah. That sucks.
All right.
For week 6, who do you have?
So for week 6, I think a good game is definitely, this is where it picks up. Thursday night football. I think it's Thursday night. Thursday night football, Chiefs versus Bills. That's going to be really fun to watch because it's like the 49ers versus Chiefs. Great defense versus great offense. Who's going to win? And then subpar defense or subpar offense. I think our defense is a little bit better than the Bills' offense, so I think the Chiefs will win that one. But it's still going to be a great game regardless.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game because the Bills, with the addition of Stephon Diggs, now have a crazy good aerial attack. And the Chiefs do have a crazy good defense.
So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it crazy good. I think it's definitely good because they revamped their team after we lost to the Titans on that blocked field goal that I'm still bitter about. But yeah, it'll be a fun game.
Yeah. Do you have another game?
I do. I don't think it's as good as the Chiefs versus Bills, but I've got the Packers versus Buccaneers. I think that's gonna be really fun to watch because you got two like guys getting into hitting their older years. Aaron Rodgers isn't quite there in terms of passing his prime, but it's Aaron Rodgers versus Brady, and just trying to see, is Tom Brady gonna live up to the hype and be better than Rodgers this time around?
Yeah. And I feel like the Packers would win that game because they're coming off of a bye week.
Yeah, definitely.
For my two games, I went with two probably not very entertaining, but could still. They have potential to be good, but they also have potential to be horrible. So I have Houston and Tennessee, two AFC South teams. I feel like whoever wins that division, whoever wins that game will basically win the division.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the other game that I have is a surprise team that I feel like could make a run: the Cardinals against the Cowboys on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, I think Kyler might come through this year, especially with DeAndre Hopkins, an option that he can throw to.
Yeah.
Kyler could blow up the league.
Yeah, and if Kenyon Drake did what he did when he replaced David Johnson, they could be a really good team this year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who do you have for Week 7?
So for Week 7, my computer's loading. For Week 7, I think you got a couple good games. Seahawks versus Cardinals. That's going to be interesting to watch. And then I've got the Chiefs versus Broncos. And it's Sunday Night Football, I think. I don't know. But yeah, it'll be fun to watch for both games.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the Broncos, after losing Von Miller, don't have that good of a defense, and Bradley Chubb might not even come back this season.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think Bradley Chubb will come back. The linebacker I'm worried about for the Broncos not coming back is Von Miller. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. The two games that I have is Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and Green Bay and Houston.
Yeah, I gotta get the first game you mentioned. I think that one's going to the Ravens easily. Because Steelers have good weapons. It's just Lamar's Lamar. I feel like we're gonna keep saying that, but Lamar's Lamar.
I wouldn't say they would win it easily. I do think that they'll win it, but the Steelers have the best defense in the league.
Are you saying they do?
They do.
Or that they might?
Pittsburgh does have the best defense in the league.
All right. Explain that.
Well, they have Minkah Fitzpatrick, led secondary,
Okay.
T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree leading the linebacker core, and then they have Cam Hayward on the defensive line. The only other team that really compares is maybe San Francisco, if Nick Bosa can step up.
Yeah. Well, I think the Broncos have a good defense. I mean, like let's just say, like, even after losing Von Miller, like, I guess I could match up each person that you're saying on the Steelers, like Minkah and Justin Simmons, or like T.J. Watt and Von Miller before he was injured, and like Bud Dupree and Bradley Chubb, Jarrell Casey and Cam Hayward. Like, they have equally good defenses.
I wouldn't say equally good defenses, but they do have very similar defenses.
All right, I'll give that.
In 2 years, Von Miller will not be playing like Von Miller. Bradley Chubb will probably still be playing out of his mind. Steelers in 2 years still have Mika playing out of his mind. So is T.J. Watt. So is Bud Dupree.
Yeah, I feel like T.J. Watt is underrated because before he entered like the Defensive Player of the Year, like whole conversation, I barely knew who he was other than he was J.J. Watt's brother, which I think he's gonna have to work hard to get out of his shadow.
Absolutely. I'm a Steelers fan, so I've watched him through his entire career.
Oh yeah.
So he's played out of his mind. I want to get a T.J. Watt jersey, but they're crazy expensive.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the stars are, especially with football season coming back. All these jerseys are crazy high.
Yeah. And I'm just going to talk about my next game, the Green Bay versus Houston. Houston doesn't have the same offense, but they got another wide receiver who I think is not nearly as good as DeAndre. but can pick up the slack.
Who is it?
I believe it's Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. All right, so my issue with Brandon Cooks is the fact that he was just traded from the Rams to the Texans. And I feel like Brandon Cooks, he's had always a history of injury problems. He's like Carson Wentz. He got paid humongously by the Rams, and he ended up not performing to that. He got injured 2 seasons, I think, and I think that's going to be the major issue: is can he stay healthy? And it has the same story with Will Fuller, their other wide receiver. He's always injured, so you've got 2 people with injury problems.
And not to mention Kenny Stills, too. He always gets injured, too.
Yeah, true. Kenny Stills. I forgot about Kenny Stills.
I know, he's kind of just like the third wide receiver who's sometimes gets receptions.
But I feel like he might be their only wide receiver, because when Will Fuller gets inevitably injured, and when Brandon Cooks gets inevitably injured, I feel like Kenny Stills might have to really step up and be the number 1 wide receiver on that team.
Yeah, and who's their tight end? Darren Fells, like the 30-year-old?
I think you're right. I think it's Darren Fells.
Yeah, they don't have as good of an offense. J.J. Watt's back, but he will get injured again.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, I mean, he's still great, but I guess I can give him the benefit of the doubt during that playoff game against the Chiefs. Like where he was super tired. Like he couldn't keep up with the super powered offense of the Chiefs. Now, not everyone has the Chiefs offense and everything, but still, I think JJ Watt, like if he's showing that tired after he just had a bunch of rest from an injury, I know it's kind of hard getting into like injury shape and coming off of that, but still, he didn't look the same JJ Watt. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. He didn't look the same from his other years.
And it's really hard to cover that Chiefs defense. I mean, offense, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Crazy. They have the best offense in the league.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I guess the only other weapons, like if we're just talking weapons, the Buccaneers come close to that weapons list, but that's a story for another day. I think you could make an entire video covering both offensive weapons and everything.
Yeah. Let's move on to Week 8. Who are your 2 matchups?
So, for week numero 8, I have, let's see. I think I've got the 49ers at Seahawks. That's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch that because they've routinely had amazing games.
Yeah,
and then Green Bay versus the Vikings. Because I think that game will kind of decide the division almost, or who will lead the division.
Because both teams will probably make the playoffs with the extra team added in.
Yeah.
I really like this Vikings team. Sure, they lost Stephon Diggs, but they added Justin Jefferson through the draft, who I think will be a future superstar.
And for some reason, the Packers didn't draft, and they decided to trade up for Jordan Love instead of Justin Jefferson.
And Denzel Mims.
They could have gotten Denzel Mims too. Yeah.
It was horrible pick.
Yeah. I mean, time will tell. Like, maybe it will be a great pick in hindsight 5 years from now if Jordan Love is like a stud. Then maybe we'll look back as a great pick. But right now, for the Packers' immediate future, it was not a good pick.
Yeah. My 2 games that I have is the Saints and the Bears. I feel like the high-powered defense of the Bears and the not good offense, and then the crazy good defense and offense of the Saints. I feel like the Saints will probably win the game, but it'll be fun to see what Khalil Mack and the Bears defense can do.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the next game I have is San Francisco versus Seattle. Absolutely amazing games. Week in, week out, playing amazing.
Yeah. All right.
Week 9, who do you have?
So, for week number 9, I have the Ravens versus the Colts. And I think just because I think that's going to be a good game overall. This is a kind of a down week, but then it makes up for that on the NFC side, where we got the 49ers versus the Packers and then the Bucks versus the Saints. Both of those games are going to be great. It's just lackluster on the AFC side.
Yeah. And I think one game that you're forgetting about is Pittsburgh versus Dallas on, I believe, Sunday Night Football.
Let's hold on. Let me check. It is not Sunday Night Football. I think it comes on at like 4:25 Eastern. So,
Oh, okay.
but still, Sunday football. Sunday football.
Sunday football. I feel like the Steelers coming off of a bye week will be well rested, and I believe that they will beat the Cowboys that week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it. Yeah,
Might be a little biased, but
it might be. We all have our team biases. I have the Chiefs going like somewhere in the higher ranks.
16-0, I'm guessing.
16-0.
Oh, goodness.
Not 16-0. 15-1. 15-1.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, I can overcome my bias sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
Still no who's winning the Super Bowl though.
Week 10, who do you have?
So for week number 10, let me see. I've got the Ravens versus the Patriots, and then the 49ers versus the Saints.
Two
Two weird games. For the Ravens versus the Patriots, I mean, it's going to be like, two battle the mobile quarterbacks, right? And last year, or last season, Lamar came in and completely stomped the Patriots, absolutely destroyed them. And when we thought that the Patriots defense was indestructible almost. And then the 49ers versus Saints, that was one of the best games of the entire season last year. With George
Absolutely.
Kittle just absolutely like struck through a bunch of players, just saying no and getting face masked. That was amazing.
Yeah, very fun to watch, especially since I'm a bit of a Niners fan.
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
I already have to deal with a ton of 49ers fans where I live, so I can't have another one.
For my two games, I have Minnesota and Chicago. Should be a very good game if Kirk Cousins can step up. And then I also have the Jets and the Dolphins. Probably a surprise game, but last year they played probably the game of the year.
Tank Bowl.
Yeah. So I feel like Dolphins could definitely win that game with the addition of Byron Jones. Their defense just stepped up. And I feel like Tua will probably be subbed in by now because Fitzmagic has run out of magic.
Yeah, by week 10, Tua's probably going in, I'd have to think.
Yeah. Week 11. This is actually a pretty lackluster week, but I have Dallas and Minnesota. Dallas coming off of a bye week. I think they'll sweep the floor with Minnesota. But you never know. And this is coming from somebody who really hates the Cowboys.
Oh, I think everybody does, except for outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
Outside of Dallas, I don't think anybody likes America's team.
Steelers are America's team.
Okay. Let's not go too far.
And then my second game is Tennessee versus Baltimore. Baltimore, I feel like, will get their revenge. And Tennessee will put up a fight, but won't be able to beat Baltimore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, for week number 11, I've got the Patriots versus the Texans because I think they're very even matched, and the Ravens versus the Titans, like you were saying. It's going to be interesting to see if the Ravens can get their revenge over the Titans.
Yeah. Wow, we're already at week 12.
Week 12. I'm so excited for football to start. Like, just talking about all of this.
Yeah, super exciting. Week 12, very, very exciting game.
Mm-hmm. So, I'll go first for my two games. I've got Chiefs versus the Buccaneers, because I feel like that's my only game for this week. But the Chiefs versus Buccaneers, it'll be very iffy, because I feel like on one hand, the Buccaneers could be the Browns of last year, where all the hype in the world, all the talent on paper, but yet couldn't get it done, couldn't execute it on the field. But now, can the Bucs, be good and be better than the Browns?
Yeah. So for my two games for the week 12, I have Chicago and Green Bay, the second biggest rivalry in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the biggest rivalry in the NFL, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh.
On the Chiefs versus the Raiders, pretty big rivalry. There's bad blood between these two teams.
Just stop. Just no.
I'm telling you, it's bad.
I didn't even know that was a rivalry.
Oh, okay. Every time I look at a Raiders fan, there's no offense meant, but every time I look at a Raiders fan, I think you got to be kidding me
Whenever I,
because
whenever I look at a Raiders fan, I think, wow, I'm sad you still have Derek Carr for a quarterback.
oh, but yeah, it's a fierce rivalry.
Okay, I'll believe you on that one. I feel like
Look it
Baltimore.
up. Look it up after this is done. All right,
I
it's amazing.
it's a very it's a very it's Chiefs always win. Well, except for Michael Crabtree. Remember that?
No, I don't remember it. I choose not to.
That was a fun game. I've watched that one. So I feel like Baltimore will definitely beat Pittsburgh on Thursday Night Football, and Bears coming off of a bye week, I think will upset the Packers, hurting their chances of winning the division.
Really? So I guess that this time in the season it's probably Foles starting, right? Is that what we're thinking?
Hopefully that was by
It's
week
probably
2.
Foles. Yeah, I don't think Trubisky lasts long. He might go. I give him 5 weeks
I
tops
I
as
give him
starter.
3 weeks. I wouldn't even be starting him right away.
I mean, I guess you have to kind of start him because I did a video about this, but it would crush his spirits because you got to give him at least like one last chance to like at least show faith in the guy that you traded up to get.
Yeah, that was a horrible trade.
I know they could have gotten Watson and Mahomes, but they went with Trubisky.
Yeah. Who quarterbacks from North Carolina never pan out, except for the dude who's there now. He's gonna turn out.
Yeah, I feel like it's Louise every year though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Week
Right.
13, your picks.
Week 13. So for week 13, it's a down week. I think there's not a whole lot going on. I guess the best game that I see is Cowboys and Ravens and Bills and 49ers. But I like the outcomes are kind of, I wouldn't say obvious, but they're kind of predictable. Like the Ravens are going to be the Cowboys and 49ers are going to be the Bills. I feel like that's how like those games are going to go, but I think they'll be good games.
I feel like the Cowboys could potentially upset the Ravens, but the Ravens, I feel like, will win that one.
Yeah, man, you're buying into this Cowboys hype. I like it.
I know, right? And the 2 games that I have are Cincinnati and Miami, Battle of the Rookies. Joe Burrow will win that one. And Philadelphia and Green Bay. As you mentioned, this isn't a really great week.
Yeah.
So I feel like Green Bay will get that one.
Yeah, at least football is back. If we make it to week 13, I'm going to be happy that football has survived this long without getting hit with a couple big outbreaks.
Yeah, I bet like the whole Dallas Cowboys team gets it except for Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh yeah, because Jerry Jones is just going to say, you know what, just go out and do.
Yeah, just go to that restaurant over there. You don't need masks.
What's a mask?
I'm too rich for masks.
I don't pay for masks. Right.
Week 14, who do you have?
So for week 14, I like Texans versus Bears could be a good game, and Ravens versus Browns as well. But it's a lot of teams that are kind of like almost like you feel like are tanking, like the Jaguars and the Dolphins. But I mean, yeah, like those, and then the Vikings versus Buccaneers is gonna be good too. I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, and I feel like if the Bucks weren't coming off of a bye week, it'd be a much closer game. But Tom Brady gets rest, Gronk gets rest. I feel like Buccaneers definitely win that one. And then a game that I'm keeping my eye on that I will definitely be watching is Philadelphia versus New Orleans. I feel like New Orleans will actually lose this one. Philadelphia will pull off.
Whoa!
Yeah, big prediction time.
Oh, hot take time. Yeah. I guess I could see that. Like there's always like a few upsets along the way in the season. Nothing's guaranteed. I mean, I guess it could happen, definitely.
Yeah. Week 15. This isn't a really good week in the AFC.
Yeah.
But there is one game that everybody will be watching.
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco versus
game?
Dallas.
No.
I know. Kansas City versus New Orleans.
Yeah, we're watching that. I'm watching that game. That's the game that I've pegged as
That
going to be an amazing game.
That's going to be one of the games of the year.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch that. I think the big question for that game is, can the Chiefs' non-existent secondary be able to lock down Michael Thomas? Because
No,
like
the answer is no.
the answer is no. I mean, the only way we do this, all right, here's the master plan for locking down Michael Thomas.
You're gonna
We go
pitch
out and
this.
we sign Earl Thomas,
Oh,
and we get Earl Thomas, and we say, Earl Thomas, you play free safety, and Tyrann Mathieu, you man up against Michael Thomas, and we're gonna double team him with Michael Thomas and Tyrann Mathieu,
too bad
and
y'all.
that's how we'll stop him.
Too bad y'all don't have any cap space.
Hey, we were just printing out money. Did you see our off season?
Yeah, how
We had
the heck-
$177.
How the heck do you guys have so much money?
I'm convinced we're just printing money in like a back room, but like we had $177 at the beginning of like the off season in our cap room,
And you
and then we go out and sign the biggest contract in sports history.
and you
Then we
also
go out
signed
and
Chris Jones, Travis
Yeah.
Kelce.
and then like it was just like, oh, you know, we got this extra money, so you have it and you have it. And then we also went and we paid Marcus Kemp. Who is that? I don't know, but I mean, let's pay him anyways.
That was where the $173 went.
Yeah, that's where it all went.
I feel like another game this week that is highly underrated is San Francisco versus Dallas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm really
Yeah.
buying into this Dallas hype.
You are. I mean, I guess I can do that, but it's Sunday Night Football, so it's gonna be everybody's gonna be watching that. And like you said, even if it was as a joke, everybody is going to be watching that.
I think Dallas will win it.
I don't know. I think, despite how injured that 49ers wide receiver core is, I think 49ers pulled that one out.
Well, yeah, they just run the ball all the time.
Yeah, just run the ball.
And then sometimes play action George Kittle.
Yeah.
Week 16, who do you have?
So for week 16, I have Vikings and Saints.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that's going to be a really good game because I feel like every week is kind of this is a balanced schedule. It's a mixed, like they're the same team kind of. And then I also have Titans and Packers.
Yeah, I was looking at that matchup, and I keep imagining that it's a mobile quarterback with Mariota, but
Yeah,
but it really isn't a pocket passer now.
yeah, it's Tannehill now.
So I know everybody who's going to watch is going to be expecting this, but Philadelphia versus Dallas.
Oh, really? You have
Yeah,
a Dallas team?
I feel like
Yeah.
Dallas will win this one.
Really?
Yeah,
Because you haven't mentioned it before.
I know. This is like the first time I've mentioned them.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas will win that one.
Yeah.
I don't think Philly has a shot at beating him. I mean, if they can stay healthy, maybe, but
Another game that I'm looking at is Buffalo versus New England on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like Buffalo's going to win it. I feel like Cam Newton, I'm calling it right now, the experiment will not work out.
See, here's what I think will happen. I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist. If you don't
Oh.
know that already.
Oh, okay.
But here, I like tossing out like random options, and then maybe they work. But here's what I think is gonna happen: the Patriots are gonna win the Super Bowl, but Roger Goodell, he will not allow this to happen because he knows then Bill Belichick will replace him as the owner of the league. So what he does is he goes and he rakes the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and then he removes Cam Newton from the Patriots, sends him into free agency, where he's inevitably picked up by the Chicago Bears.
No, the Browns.
Oh yeah, the Browns. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that came from, but
It's fun tossing up ideas and just seeing where they go.
yeah. I mean, wow. That was not what I expected. Final week of the season. I like to call this rivalry week, except
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh's not playing Baltimore, so it can't really be rivalry week.
I think for the past like 3 years in a row, the Chiefs have played the Chargers week 17 consistently. Like the past 3 years, from what I can remember, the Chiefs have played the Chargers like every single week 17.
And I think we can agree on this one. Chad Henne leads the Chiefs to a win over the Chargers.
I mean, with Derwin James being out, maybe.
I wouldn't be
But
surprised.
I think as in terms of like good games to watch, I have the Seahawks versus the 49ers. I think that's going to be a great game.
Yeah. And then Green Bay versus Chicago.
Yeah, Green Bay versus. I was actually about to say that. Yeah, Green Bay versus Chicago.
And I feel like one game that nobody's really going to be paying attention to except for me, Atlanta versus Tampa Bay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of buying into this Todd Gurley's going to return with all his magic powers thing too.
Yeah. Uh, you're really backing like all these storylines, like the unexpected storylines, like the Dak is going to lead the team to stardom.
Hey,
Or
no.
Todd Gurley's going to be amazing.
Ezekiel Elliott's going to carry the team.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right. So
who gets the bye in the playoffs in the AFC?
So for me, going on the bye, it's going to be the exact same as last year. Chiefs are going to get the bye in the AFC. 49ers are going to get the bye in the NFC.
Really? Because I have Baltimore, who, yes, they went 16-0. They get the bye.
Yeah.
And then Seattle gets the bye in the West, NFC West.
I have the Ravens going 15-1.
Oh, who's their one loss? Pittsburgh, I'm guessing. Oh, wait, no,
No.
it's Kansas City.
Kansas City! Yeah!
Yeah. Who's the team who gets the 7th seed in the AFC?
7th seed. I've got the Browns getting the 7th seed in the AFC. I feel like Kevin Stefanski just might be enough to get that team just near the wild card round.
Yeah, I put them in getting the 6th seed.
Nice.
And then I put Houston 8-8 gets the 7th seed in the AFC.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
And then over in the NFC, I have Green Bay going 11-5, getting the 7th seed.
So your NFC teams have high records then.
yes, they do.
In the NFC, for my 7th seed, I have the Vikings, who go 11-5. So my records are pretty high, I guess, too.
Yeah. So I'll just do my AFC bracket. I have Baltimore getting the bye, Tennessee getting the 2 seed, Kansas City getting the 3, Buffalo with the 4 seed. Pittsburgh.
Whoa, wait. Hold on, did you just say that Tennessee gets a better record than the Chiefs?
They have the same record, but due to tiebreakers, Tennessee.
What's that record?
13-3.
You have the Titans going 13-3.
They have a pretty easy schedule.
That's true. I guess I can.
And the second best team of their division is the Texans without DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that's true.
And then 6th seed Cleveland, 7th seed Houston. What's your AFC bracket seeds?
So for my AFC, I have Chiefs 1 seed, the Ravens in the 2nd seed, the Browns in the 7th seed, the Bills in the 3rd seed, the Broncos in the 6th seed.
Hold up. What's the Steelers' record?
The Steelers, I'm sorry. You might log off this call, but it's 4-12.
What? I'm kicking you out.
Okay.
That's unacceptable.
You want it to get worse? They go 0-6 in their division.
The Bengals beat them twice.
Yes.
Are you on something?
I might be.
Wait, how did the freaking Bengals, led by a rookie quarterback, beat the Steelers, the best defense in the league?
Okay, so honestly, I have absolutely no idea how I put the Bengals to beat them twice. I don't know how I put that, but somewhere my brain must have realized that the Bengals are going to be the better team this year.
Bengals are going to the Super Bowl in your eyes, aren't they?
Well, no, they're going 4-12. Let's not get too ahead of them.
Whoa.
They're going the same record as the Steelers.
They are not getting the same record as the Steelers.
Okay, you want to make it even worse? I'm going to make it even worse, alright? The Steelers are actually last in their division. They go 13th seed and the Bengals get 12th seed.
Well, who won the AFC West? Just
kidding. The Chiefs won the AFC
I'm
West.
tempted to just
Sonny.
go. I'm tempted to just go back and change all the Chiefs against the Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders.
Oh yeah. Well. Anyway, Texans get the 5th seed. Titans get the 4th seed, and yeah, that's mine.
What's the Titans' record?
The Titans, I have them going 12-4, so almost yours.
Okay, yeah. I would also like to point out that the Jets go 0-16.
You have that little faith in the Jets?
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree with that because mine go 2-14.
I'm guessing the 2 wins are over Miami.
I actually don't know. I think they're against the Washington football team, but yeah, and the Raiders, I think.
What's your NFC?
NFC, I got the Seahawks in the 5th seed, Cowboys in the 4th seed, Buccaneers in the 6th seed. So I'm buying into the Buccaneers hype essentially. The Packers in the 3rd seed, the Vikings in the 7th seed, and the Saints in the 2 seed, and the 49ers in the 1 seed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have Seattle in the 1 seed.
Whoa!
They go
49ers and the Saints?
They go 14-2.
Whoa!
Tampa Bay gets the 2nd seed.
Whoa!
Dallas gets the 3rd seed.
Okay, you're saying if your projection, like if your projected season plays out, it's going to be a wild NFL season.
Minnesota gets the 4 seed. New Orleans gets the 5 seed. San Francisco gets the 6th seed, and the 7th seed goes to Green Bay.
Wow, your playoff bracket is much different than yours, other than mine.
Yeah.
Well, we're on the topic of seeding. What record do you have the Jaguars going?
The Jaguars go 1-15.
Yeah, that's the same as mine. I have them at 1-15 too.
Yeah. What do you have Carolina going?
I have Carolina going 2-14. That's probably wrong. I mean, like with these simulations, I'm probably wrong.
I have 1-15.
Oh, yeah, we got them ranking low. I mean, I think CMC should at least carry them to at least 3 wins, right?
No.
He did it last year.
Barely.
Yeah, true.
But my boy Matt Rule is coaching there now.
Matt Rule.
Yeah, I'm a Baylor fan.
Oh, nice.
Wild card weekend. What happens?
So, in the wild card, I've got the Titans beating the Texans. I think that's kind of obvious. I've got the Bills beating the Broncos.
What?
I got the Ravens. Yeah. I got it. I got the Bills beating the Broncos. I got the Ravens beating the Browns. I've got the Seahawks beating the Cowboys. I know you're not.
I mean, whoa there.
You've been buying into the Cowboys hype this entire video, but
yeah, I'm gonna make a video just about that.
I have the Packers beating the Buccaneers, so definitely not interested with your predictions. And then I have the Saints beating the Vikings.
Okay. In the AFC, I have Pittsburgh beating Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs over Browns, barely.
Barely?
I know, just joking. And then I got Tennessee over Houston.
Yeah.
In the NFC, I have New Orleans over Minnesota.
Yeah, I have that.
Dallas over San Francisco.
How did I see that coming?
And Tampa Bay over Green Bay.
Okay, I guess I can see that.
Divisional, who do you have?
So, do you want me to say my results with, like, the matchups?
Yeah.
Alright, so, on the AFC side, I've got the Ravens taking on the Bills. Ravens get that one easily.
Yeah.
And then a rematch of the AFC Championship game, Titans versus Chiefs, and Chiefs take that one.
Okay.
And then on the NFC side, I got Saints versus Packers. I have Saints winning that one. And then for the next matchup, I have the 49ers taking on the Seahawks, with the 49ers winning that one.
Okay. In the AFC, I have Tennessee against Kansas City. Kansas City, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Biggest rivalry in football. Baltimore wins that.
Oh, Whew, I thought you were about to say that Pittsburgh
Nah,
was going to win that.
I'm not that big. I'm not.
All right.
In the NFC, Dallas versus Tampa.
Mhm.
You're gonna get mad about this one. I had Dallas.
Dallas. Oh my gosh.
And then New Orleans versus Seattle. New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, conference championship game. On the AFC side, I got the Chiefs versus the Ravens, which should have been last year's. Chiefs are winning that one. I mean, come on. And then on the NFC side, I got Saints versus 49ers. 49ers winning that one.
So Super Bowl rematch.
Super Bowl rematch. I know that's probably not what's going to happen, but that's what I'm predicting.
For me, the AFC, of course, Chiefs and Baltimore. I got Kansas City.
Yes! Yes!
And in the NFC, New Orleans versus Dallas. New Orleans.
Oh, thank goodness. We were about to have a full-blown argument if you had taken the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Because, the ESPN, ran their, simulator.
Yeah,
And they have the Chiefs versus the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
I'm about to
which was about to be your prediction.
I reacted to the video, and I'm going to post it tomorrow or later tonight.
Oh, nice. Can't wait to watch that.
Kansas City versus New Orleans. Kansas City wins another Super Bowl.
Yes, that's what I got. Kansas City for the 49ers. Kansas City takes that one. Back-to-back champions.
What's your draft order? It will be at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, I know. So, for my draft order, Jaguars picking first. Obviously, they're going to get Trevor. And then, do you want me to go over, just top 10 or top 5?
Just do, top 5. But I just want to say something. What about Justin Fields?
That, I've heard his name entering the conversation. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of Justin Fields. I watched a little bit of his highlights. But he's been, largely flying under the radar because everybody's been saying, Trevor Lawrence. But, I guess it's a possibility, but I think they're still going to go Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to go Trevor Lawrence, but I would take Justin Fields.
All right, so I think you're a bigger college football guy than me. Have you, seen Justin Fields?
Yeah, he's on primetime a lot because he's with Ohio State. Yeah, transferred from Georgia. I watched his game against Penn State. Sad about that one. I'm a Penn State fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. So is he all the hype? Is he up to all the hype?
He's crazy good. He was the number 1 recruit a couple years back. He is an absolute beast.
I've never seen him, and before this year, I hadn't even heard of him.
Yeah, no.
Which I guess shows how much I know about college football.
Yeah.
And then
number 2?
For my second pick, I got the Las Vegas Raiders.
Whoa.
I know. It's a huge drop-off, and it's probably not right. But I have them there. And then for my third pick, Washington football team doesn't get any better. Stays right where they are. Then for my fourth pick, I got Carolina Panthers. Fifth pick is the New York Jets.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Giants there.
No. They pick the 7th pick.
For mine, I have New York Jets go 0-16. They're the new Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So they pick first, and I don't think they take a quarterback. I think they like Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He hasn't really worked out recently, but I like him a lot.
I blame that on Adam Gase.
Yeah,
not working.
Totally. Second pick, I got Jacksonville. They take Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. I feel like they'll take Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I have the Carolina Panthers. Hopefully, Matt Rule takes his quarterback, Charlie Brewer.
I don't even know who that is. I've never heard that guy's name.
He's the Baylor quarterback. He probably won't get drafted, but hopefully he will.
Yeah. He'll probably take Fields, right?
Yeah. He'll take whatever comes to him. Unless maybe he likes Teddy B. I don't think,
I don't know. He was a good starter for the Saints. But I don't know.
And he had weapons around him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Chase Young will definitely bolster that defense.
Yeah.
And then number 5, I have the New York Giants.
New York Giants. All right. So yeah, your mind like top 5 is pretty much similar in the end. Like we all have teams around each mark.
Yes.
Again.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope we can do another video again soon. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
don't forget to watch Chiefs tomorrow. I am rooting for them.
Go Chiefs!
I'll never say that, but
yeah. I mean, hey, thanks for having me on.
yeah. And to the viewers, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you next time.